Welcome back to Wichita and the quarterfinals of TBT 2025. Coke Arena and the home team, the AfterShocks, won their own regional here, and they'll take on a former champion, HeartFIRE, the champs of 2023. This should be quite the battle. If you were with us, you saw one of the most unbelievable finishes in the history of basketball, much less TBT. We Are D3 somehow survived an epic rally by Fail Harder. They moved to the semifinals for the first time Thursday night at 6 Eastern here on FS1, and they'll meet the winner of this game. And if the AfterShocks win it, it'll be right here on this floor. Well, I hope you had a chance to catch your breath. Bob Rathman, Nick Bonds, great to have you with us. My question, Nick, what do you do for an encore?
I don't know. And these teams had to sit in their locker rooms and wait and wait and wait, where they had an Elam ending in our previous game last about 40 minutes of real time. But that's the beauty of the Elam ending. And I think you saw the inexperience kind of revealing itself in that game. That's not the case because you have two teams that are very experienced with HeartFIRE and AfterShocks.
For HeartFIRE, they know how to win. A veteran ball club led by LaFonso Ellis, and they've got a guy who has dominated this tournament over the years. He's the LeBron James of TBT, the great DJ Kennedy.
DJ Kennedy has been absolutely sensational over the duration of this decade-plus long TBT. You see the accolades: five-time TBT champ, two-time MVP, rebounds, assists, steals, leader. This guy knows what it takes to win. He's a versatile forward. He can beat you up in the glass. He can beat you in transition. He can beat you in the paint. When you get that winning pedigree. Oh, by the way, his running mate Marcus Hall is the TBT all-time leading scorer. So there's a lot of experience on HeartFIRE's side of things. And for the AfterShocks, Bob, they have been knocking at the door for a long time for this thing. They've had a lot of success, but this might be their best opportunity they've had. They have an opportunity to play the rest of this tournament on their home floor. You see the all-time record. They've made it to the quarterfinal. They made it to the semifinal in 2022. But with the chance to host the rest of the tournament on this floor with the core group that they have, boy, is it a sweet time to be an AfterShocks fan.
And if you follow TBT and the AfterShocks history in this building, you know what a tremendous boost they get from these Shocker fans. They love this team. This is everything in Wichita, and the turnout for TBT, 6 of the top 10 attendance records in this tournament were set in this building. So they've got a tremendous home court advantage. We'll see if that factors into tonight's game. Our starting lineups, veterans of basketball internationally and, of course, in TBT, guys like Marcus Hall, Eric Washington, Tevin Mack. These guys know how to win.
Yeah.
The AfterShocks, these guys have put, as you mentioned, Nick, such an incredible run together. How can they reinvent themselves to keep it going now as the competition gets keener?
And that's the thing that the AfterShocks have done a really good job of, is the additions in the offseason. Marcus Keene, big addition. Marcus Santos Silva, the big man in the interior, has really provided a nice lift inside. Nike Sabande will come off the bench and provide a big lift as well. So you have the mainstays of Frankamp and McDuffie and Kelly, but you got some newcomers that have really made a big impact for the AfterShocks.
And you mentioned those three, and really the heart and soul of the TBT AfterShocks. Frankamp, Kelly, McDuffie, they all played together collegiately here. They've carried the tradition on to TBT. The crowd is revved up. They waited. They really got into that first game, and it was just an appetizer for the AfterShocks. What a night of basketball. TBT is amazing, and the Elam ending is incredible.
And there is some juice in this crowd tonight. A rematch of the 2023 quarterfinals. A lot of the same guys that played in that game a couple years ago are on the floor here tonight. So these two teams very familiar with each other. A lot on the line. $1 million on the line.
Wesley Ford, Stephon Maxwell, and Jared Howell are the officials. And the opening tip to the AfterShocks. very good crowd on this Sunday night to come out and support. Off the elevator, Fran Camp opens the score.
Love it. A set play for Fran Camp. Little elevator screen to the top of the key. And Fran Camp, who's been quiet this tournament, but boy, does the crowd love the hometown kid, and he knocks it down.
Eric Griffin feeds it inside. And the turnaround by Washington.
Boy, Washington was so good in the Elam ending against Jayhawk Hoops, the Kansas alumni. He had 5 of his 7 points for the game in the Elam ending, including the winner, so he's picking up where he left off.
Fran Camp inside, a foul. The big man, Santos Silva, hit the deck. And the push, charge to Odiasi.
See if you draw up something else, you get Fran Camp another look.
Comes off the screen, but nothing there. Good coverage by McDuffie, or rather by Hall. And the shot is no good. Rebound up for grabs. 2 men go down hard, and the ball's out of bounds to HeartFIRE. HeartFIRE was the #1 seed in Kansas City. They got a first-round bye. Then they beat the team from England, the Sheffield Sharks, and took care of the Kansas alums to get here.
Beating the Kansas alums in Kansas City, obviously that's a road game, and this is a road game. And Coach LaFonso Ellis said as much, that we got to have a road mentality in this one.
Nice roll. The big man Odiasi could not finish. AfterShocks in transition. McDuffie banks it home.
It all starts with Kelly contesting without fouling. That misses the layup and gets the transition roll.
Hall in and out. Kelly the rebound. Connor Frankamp feeds it back to the corner. Kelly's 3. Stuck by Santos Silva. Boy, he is a load. Charitably listed at 250 pounds.
A big boy. But he's got pretty good touch as well. But he definitely attacks the offensive glass just like that.
Foul is called on the AfterShocks. Eric Washington went down in a heap, a trip. Zach Bush, the head coach of the AfterShocks. Played, of course, here 13-17, a tradition-laden TBT team. And the same thing for the Shockers.
Yes, just got a new high school coaching job in the area. And this is a guy that has the respect of the former players because he is a former player. And I think that makes a difference. You also got a guy like Garrett Stutz on the bench as well for the AfterShocks. When you got former players that are coaching, that helps the recruiting process. But Zach Bush, that guy's got a bright coaching future in front of him. He's done a nice job pressing the right buttons with this AfterShocks group.
Washington controls the dribble. Griffin. Man, those are some big bodies banging in that paint.
I'll say. Just got to get into Keene's body.
To the corner, McDuffie turns it over. 7-2 AfterShocks. Catch and shoot for Max.
Let's go, Max!
Beauty.
Here we go!
Kevin Mack. He's averaged 17 a game so far in this tournament, but yeah, it's had an incredible professional career. He had an amazing collegiate career. Big-bodied wing.
They blew the whistle as soon as the shot was made. But the teams have gone to the benches.
So look at a potential hostile act. The 6:22 mark.
Hostile act at the 6:22 mark.
Questionable, question rather, maybe a flagrant foul assessed.
See if there's anything flagrant. Who was on? I don't know.
You know, Santos Silva went to Cleveland Browns training camp. I'm not sure the contact there was as much as it is here in the paint.
No, I'm not sure what was really the... See if there was anything, because certainly the one sequence we just looked at didn't... There we go, maybe something down there.
So the officials are still at the monitor table. The elbow, maybe, to the jaw.
That was certainly inadvertent. Santos Silva caught Eric Griffin.
Yeah, we're gonna play on. Ball goes to the hole here. Flag coming away. We're still running.
I agree with you.
That's on the play. It's gonna be black ball in the end, run the end line, going down. Just looking at the elbow to see if there's anything with it.
All right. So this allows HeartFIRE. They knock down a three. They're able to get a stoppage, calm the crowd down.
AfterShocks 7-5. In black with the basketball. Here comes Rashard Kelly. These games, as you know, can get very physical. Fran Camp. McDuffie, good. Marcus McDuffie gets it going for the AfterShocks.
And I like that Fran Camp is active and moving. He's such a good shooter that eyes are gonna and bodies are gonna track towards him, and he's able to hit the baseline and spray it out to McDuffie.
Look at that big body. Zaya Odiasi just moving people out of the way. 10-7.
Two-time Horizon League Defensive Player of the Year, looking like a force to be reckoned with. Enormous in person.
And another big body going up. Follow. Good. Kelly off the rim.
5-on-4 as Kelly walked down.
And the big man ran the floor. Got the lane. Played collegiately at Illinois, Chicago. 10-9.
HeartFIRE is big and physical, as are the AfterShocks.
It's a heavyweight matchup in game 2. McDuffie blocked. 11 on the shot clock.
And this is where the AfterShocks have been really good with their bench. In particular, Nike Sabande, who was the ACC Sixth Man of the Year in 2023 at Pitt, comfortable coming off the bench. He's been the most dynamic player for the AfterShocks. 16 points per game. We'll see if 10 in black can get it rolling right away.
Nike off the screen. Back to Kelly. Rebound out of bounds. Good heads-up play. Santos Silva.
Can you believe that he was added to the roster about a week before the tournament? Needed another big body. I'd say that was a pretty good pickup. Santos Silva's really done a lot of things well.
Fran Camp comes to get it. Drives, kicks. Oh, nice pull-up. And it rolls in. 12-9.
Again, I like the activity from Fran Camp, though. He's really active and moving.
Deflected out. HeartFIRE ball with 20 on the shot clock. HeartFIRE in white. 23 TBT champs. Trying to break through another road game. This one in Wichita. Griffin gets rid of it. Washington from deep. Hits it. Eric Washington. Had only 7 in the Kansas game. Boy, he stroked that one beautiful.
He's more of a playmaking pass-first point guard, but has shown to be capable scoring. That's an in-rhythm kick out.
Hammond. Marcus Hall, 39 years young, still getting it done.
Turns 40 August 6th, so just around the corner.
Washington again. HeartFIRE gets after it defensively.
Yes,
they fight through every screen. Hammond from the corner. And a leak out. Devin Mack. Beautiful lead pass, laying good. Lead now of 2 for HeartFIRE.
Got to have defensive balance. The Band-Aid drives. You got to have people rotating back, but a nice heads-up outlet from HeartFIRE.
Brandkamp from the foul line. A little short. Rebound belongs to Devin Mack. And we've got a foul coming on Kelly. We have a timeout. 2:27 left in the first. HeartFIRE by a deuce in Wichita.
AfterShocks number 8 for Charles Kelly.
TBT, the basketball tournament, is powered by Puma and by Or Health. Or Health, a daily pill to drink less or quit. And Purple, less pain, better sleep.
With 4 minutes to go in the game, the clock shuts off, and the target score is set by adding 8 points to the leading team's score. The first team to reach that target score wins. And we'd like to take this time to wish a happy birthday to Brett Cutler. Happy birthday, Brett. Thanks for helping us out at TBT this year.
Here's a look at TBT past champions brought to you by AARP. Join AARP and get instant access to member benefits. For that HeartFIRE team that won in 23 is here tonight. And a man who was on that championship team was none other than Marcus Hall. And you referenced his age. So we should have had Marcus Hall read the AARP.
Oh, you're definitely right. Sure, Marcus Hall would roll his eyes at that one. Turns 40 August 6th, but 39 years old. And look at that guy, LaFonso Ellis.
Man. Coached HeartFIRE to the championship, one of the classiest men ever to grace the hardwood. So lucky to have him in our Fox family. College basketball, LaFonso Ellis. Great pro and one of Notre Dame's all-time greats.
LaFonso Ellis, it certainly is an easy layup for HeartFIRE.
Man, Jordan Stevens. There, defensively.
You don't have to have played at a high level to be a good coach, but it doesn't hurt in terms of the credibility. And he's got credibility galore with
oozing out
with the guys on this team. 11-year vet in the NBA.
HeartFIRE coming the other way. Stevens, a bullet pass, cross court. Now inside, DJ Kennedy. A minute 45 to go in the first quarter. Rainbow three for the Quincy. Sabandy has it for the AfterShocks. And we've got an offensive foul on Goodwin for the push-off.
AfterShocks foul number 11, Chavez Goodwin. His first.
Goodwin just ever so slightly. Watch his left elbow just wrap around and send Sword to the ground. One thing that's evident is you can feel HeartFIRE's size and physicality.
Yes.
And they are a hard-rocking, big, tough, physical group.
Everything they do is hard.
Yes.
Kennedy on the follow. They set screens hard. They fight through screens hard. And they are out here to get a piece of you at each end of the floor. Drive, turnover. AfterShocks after that opening flurry, struggling now in transition. They go to Sword in the corner. Craig will take the three. And the rebound secured by Sabandy. He'll drive and get to the rim and miss it. Followed by Goodwin is good.
AfterShocks, when you do that, size can kind of get negated in the open floor and in a faster-paced game. AfterShocks, I think, need to be opportunistic to push it to negate that size situation.
Raphael Putnam. Speaking of seasoned citizens, Putnam still playing well overseas and, of course, in TBT.
Still bouncy as ever, isn't he?
10 on the shot on the game clock as we come to the end of the period. Goodwin. 5 seconds forward. Weaving his way through is Stevens. Putney. Up the horn sounds, and that's the quarter. A little rally by the AfterShocks.
Agree.
Got to get back to 2 as we go to the second period here in game 2. The AfterShocks at home trying to continue that TBT magic. 18-16, HeartFIRE after 1.
Agreed. Jordan, DJ, Chicken, they're having a tough time guarding us in space. So let's go one up Spain here. But you run it, you run to Spain. One up Spain. You're the Spain guy.
Hey, we can do anything we want.
Yeah. BG, dive hard. Chicken, you'll be there. DJ, you'll be there. Okay? We know what to do in the middle. Jordan, they can't handle you guys' speed. So when you see a gap, you gotta attack it. When you draw 2, just make the pitch. You guys are open. Hey fellas, but remember what we talked about. It's really not that. We gave up 6 offensive rebounds in the first quarter. We gotta tighten it up, fellas. We gotta tighten it up. It's the difference between us being up 4 right now and us being up 14. Okay? We're getting any look that we want. You gotta stay with it. Come on. Come on, fellas. You're doing great. You're doing great. Relax and play. Relax and play. check in, you'll be there. DJ, you'll be there, okay? We know what to do in the middle. Jordan, they can't handle you guys' speed. So when you see a gap, you got to attack it. When you draw two, just make the pitch. You guys are open. Hey, fellas, but remember what we talked about. It's really not that. We gave up 6 offensive rebounds in the first quarter. We got to tighten it up, fellas. We got to tighten it up. It's the difference between us being up 4 right now and us being up 14. Okay?
The authoritative voice of LaFonso Ellis in the huddle, powered by Puma.
It's so cool to listen to him. Got a great way about him. Obviously, you hear him on the broadcast here on FS1, saying all the right things to his group at that quarter break.
Putney can't stick it back in. James Woodard out there for the AfterShocks. Here's Marcus Keene.
He'll take those shots. Tough contested jumpers. He was hot in the last win over Forever Cougs, but was cold in the first 2 games. But once upon a time, he averaged 30 a game at Central Michigan.
Rebound by Goodwin.
You got to kind of live with some bad shots with Keene, just because he can get hot.
And a TBT veteran.
Yes.
Marcus slides into the middle. Blocked.
Well, good rotations from HeartFIRE.
Kennedy. And pulled down by Keene. Marcus Keene at 5'9". Long-time sideline cancer star in TBT. Sends the man who anchored those great overseas elite teams in the days gone by, DJ Kennedy. And he rolls in the free throw. 5-time champion.
Pretty good to bring a 5-time champ, 2-time TBT MVP off the bench on your team.
Yeah.
But that experience matters. You can tell this group's just got a maturity about them. If there's anybody that's equipped to win in an environment like this, it's HeartFIRE, because they've shown they can do it. They did it a couple of years ago in 2023.
Sabandi gives it up. Goodwin takes it to the middle. And scores.
Pretty good up and under from Chavez Goodwin.
And I tell you one thing, Nick, you got to make a business decision if you're going to go inside against HeartFIRE.
You better have your hard hat on and have insurance.
Putney. And we've got a foul on the AfterShocks. A hold in the rebound action.
Yeah, it looked like Nike Sabande just shoving a HeartFIRE guy to the side. The glass is going to loom large. You did hear LaFonso Ellis talking about that in the first quarter. The AfterShocks, they're a team that wants to beat you up on the glass as well.
Oh, we got all kinds of holding and clutching and grabbing.
Just an easy one from the officials. Hammond's just wrapping up Putney at the start of the baseline out of bounds set.
I haven't seen this much clutching and grabbing since my high school prom.
And I'm sure at that prom they said, hey, break it up, little space.
Putney, all kinds of problems, and Hammond rips it out of his hands. Marcus Keene. On the drive. Nope, give it up. Goodwin gets fouled. Putney bit on the fake and commits the personal. This is just like a heavyweight fight.
It really is. And one thing Chavez Goodwin has understood is it might be a shot fake kind of a day around the rim and in the paint. HeartFIRE wants to block shots. You've seen back-to-back plays where a shot fake has led to a basket and now a foul for Chavez Goodwin around the rim.
Goodwin, Columbia, South Carolina product, stayed in state, Charleston and Wofford, then finished up at Southern Cal.
He was the Greek League slam dunk champ, so get an opportunity to see him take off, you might want to get your popcorn ready.
For HeartFIRE. Stevens makes a nice pass, then they turn it over. 2-on-1 the other way. Across for Woodard. Good for 3.
You can do that.
46% on threes in the tournament. AfterShocks go up front by 2. Stevens to the basket. Dished it late. Unfortunate. They did not turn it over. AfterShocks last to touch.
James Woodard, over 1,800 points at Tulsa. He's hit 10 threes in a game against SMU in college. This guy knows how to score and shoot it from distance. But once again, you're seeing that bench from the AfterShocks coming in and making things happen. Chavez Goodwin, Nike Sabande, James Woodard.
Pass underneath, Kennedy can't save it. And it's out of bounds to the AfterShocks.
A little bit sloppy in this quarter is HeartFIRE.
6 minutes, 15 seconds left before halftime. Keene. The shooting has been somewhat spotty in this game.
That's a good way. That's a kind way to put it. But again, Keene will take those kind of shots, and it's hard. You got to give him some freedom. Certainly don't want to have a steady diet of that. But you're talking about a guy that was the hero in AfterShocks' last win.
The shooting's been okay. HeartFIRE 40%, AfterShocks 39%.
Been pretty good defense, I think, both ways.
Outstanding, yes. Putney with the rainbow. Leaking out. Good one underneath. Can't shoot. Keene can. And hits the 3.
Good catch and good poise from Goodwin.
AfterShocks by 5. Timeout HeartFIRE. His home crowd getting into it one more time. 5:37 to go in the second. AfterShocks up 24-19. Marcus Keene nailing that 3 a moment ago to bring this crowd to its feet. And the AfterShocks are up by 5, 24-19.
8-1 run to start this second quarter for the AfterShocks. I like something at the rim for HeartFIRE. Odiasi is on the bench right now, but you got size at certain positions where you can explore.
Washington and a foul on Goodwin. I think it's going to be that kind of a game. Just a lot of hard contact on the cuts, on the screens.
It is going to be a hard game to officiate.
Yes.
Because I think it's clear that the officials want to let these games, they don't want to call a million fouls. But this game, you got some grown men with a lot on the line on the floor.
Washington lobs to Kennedy. Rebound follow up new for Griffin. Loose ball to the AfterShocks. Keene on the bounce. A lob to Goodwin goes astray. Knocked out of bounds and belongs to the Wichita State Alums.
Well, I thought Goodwin might have gotten fouled on that lob.
Well, what has happened to the HeartFIRE offense?
The AfterShocks have taken it up a notch, I think, with their activity around the rim. Unfortunate. I thought Washington might have fouled Goodwin there. But again, I think the bench and the depth for the AfterShocks is really coming up big.
Camp. Kelly, 16-footer perfect.
I can't express how Connor Franklin is moving today than he was in the first 3 rounds. His activity offensively has been nice.
7-point deficit for HeartFIRE. Griffin, banging, scooping, missing. Frank Camp comes away. Bounce across, Kelly launches. Offensive rebound, great effort. Frank Camp for 3. Another offensive rebound. Terrific job by Woodard. Kelly driving, kicking. 3 ball is short and out of bounds to HeartFIRE.
Boys, really good, clean looks from 3. And HeartFIRE needs to match the intensity from the AfterShocks here.
They have gone approximately 6 minutes without a field goal. And of course, these AfterShock fans are loving Washington. Nice move. Floater. Knuckleball that one home.
Nice. Splitting the ball screen. Washington's done a good job creating opportunities off the bounce.
James Woodard works, shoots, misses.
A really tough shot.
Big body of Odiasi in the rebound. Springing the jump shot. Beauty. Tevin Mack. That's a 3. And just like that, HeartFIRE cuts it to 2.
It's amazing when you take a really tough shot, how it just springs the opposition the other way. I thought Woodard forced one there, and it leads to a run-out 3 for Tevin Mack.
And we've got Washington all over Woodard in the paint. We've got a timeout with 3:11 to go in the second quarter.
Well, HeartFIRE showing a little life. Washington splits the ball screen, then after a good defensive sequence, I guess you could say, return of the Mack, Tevin Mack.
Wichita State Athletics will host its 3rd annual Black and Yellow Gala, presented by Equity Bank, on Saturday, August 16th, right here in Charles Koch Arena. The fundraising dinner and auction will support all intercollegiate sports at Wichita State. Shop, dine, and mingle with Wichita State student athletes and coaches at the Black and Yellow Gala. Get your tickets now at GoShockers.com/gala. Or call 316-978-FANS, 978-FANS.
In the TV business, Nick, we call this appointment viewing. The Braves and the Reds, not just another Saturday night game on Fox News. This is going to be at Bristol Motor Speedway. Over 100,000 fans will pack that classic arena to watch a Major League Baseball game. Cannot wait to watch it Saturday at 6 Eastern, only on Fox. That's going to be something.
Yeah, it is.
Dela Cruz, wow. It's going to be good. 3:11 to go here in our second quarter. This is TBT quarterfinal game number 2. We have 2 more games tomorrow night in Charleston, West Virginia to set the Final Four. HeartFIRE down by 2 against the home squad here, the Wichita State alums at Koch Arena. The pull-up by Kelly. It's the back of the iron, and the rebound belongs to Big Eric Griffin.
Kelly's going to have to pick and choose his times to take those mid-range jumpers. You don't want to fall in love with them.
Eric Washington at the helm for HeartFIRE. Circus shot, and we've got a foul on the AfterShocks. And this will be a shooting foul to put Eric Washington on the line.
Saying maybe Nike Sabande grabbed and pulled.
Now we got a little. I think we may have a couple of texts handed out here.
As it looked like Marcus Hall and Nike Sabande then got into it. But you might have seen Washington's jersey getting tugged a little bit on the end. It didn't look like a foul in real time, but as LaFonso Ellis was pointing out the same thing, it looked like there was a grab of the shirt.
So the Tex will offset.
Yes.
And now we'll fill the lane and shoot the free throws. And Washington, who hit that Elam ender against the Jayhawk hoops that prevented a Kansas-Wichita State matchup here in this game.
Washington's probably been HeartFIRE's best source of offense here in this game. 3 of 4 from the floor, 7 points.
In the tournament, he's averaging 8.5. This is just the second free throw he's shot in the entire tournament. 2:42 left in the first half. Alfonso Ellis and HeartFIRE, after struggling, going about 6 minutes without a field goal, have come back to tie the game.
Dodged a couple of bullets. There was a handful of wide open threes the AfterShocks missed. It could have been a bigger run, but just like that, we're tied again.
The AfterShocks. McDuffie feeds to the post. Long rest for the big fella Santos Silva. Just that hook and another foul on HeartFIRE. To your point, it's so hard to officiate this game. I mean, there's so much contact. You almost have to pick and choose advantage, disadvantage to when you have to blow the whistle, because quite literally you could blow it just about every time down the floor.
No doubt about it. There is a lot of pushing and shoving going on the ball and away from the ball.
I mean, just look at the screens off the ball, fans, to see it. There's contact, and a lot of it, every screen that's set. Crankamp inside, that's knocked away, and they're running. Hall. High glass and good.
It's another run out where defensive balance has not been there for the AfterShocks, and HeartFIRE's intelligently outlet it and ran.
Sabande. That's good for 3. AfterShocks up 1.
That's the guy. Push comes to shove. Sabande's the AfterShocks' most talented player, in my opinion. He has to have a big game.
Marcus Hall probing. Washington buried in the corner, now drives baseline. Stays with it, but shot an air ball. Santos Silva the rebound. AfterShocks by 1. There he goes again. Left that one short. Little heat check.
Yeah.
1:08 to go before the half. Kevin Mack takes the 3. And Griffin fell down, got back up, nearly stole that ball. Kelly. 45 seconds to go before halftime. McDuffie fumbled it, got it back, drives. Foul.
Well, I think if he didn't fumble it, he was going to have a wide open 3, but Jill's able to attack the closeout and get to the line.
2 free throws coming for Marcus McDuffie.
gobbled it. Was going to have an open three. Just wouldn't be denied.
Odiasi, the personal. First shot good. And Duffy's been solid here.
Yes.
Averaging close to 8 points a game. Great backstory, of course, coming out of New Jersey. Playing for the Hall of Famer Bobby Hurley Sr. at St. Anthony's. Before coming here to Wichita State. Second shot. That's good. 31-28 AfterShocks. What a night of basketball. So glad to have you with us on FS1 for TBT, the quarterfinal round. Great entertainment. Mack. McDuffie, they can hold for the last shot here. The head-banded Marcus King and a push on Hall. Boy, with all the contact we've seen tonight, a little hand check at midcourt.
I always feel like the ones that are really in open space on the ball are typically get called. That's at half court. That's a mental mistake, because now the AfterShocks are in the bonus.
(32-28). And Marcus King gets one more shot at it here. .6 left in the half. King cashes in. 33-28. Now HeartFIRE with a look. And Eric Washington brings it up. 10 seconds. Jordan Stevens rises up, the lefty connects, and that will be the half. What a veteran move.
Just cool, calm, understood the time, was able to use the ball screen and then come back off it to his left and hit the jumper. That is just good offense from Stevens.
That's how Southpaws get back to that left hand.
That's right.
Well done. Halftime in Wichita. The AfterShocks looking to move on to the semifinals for the second time in their history. They have a 3-point lead at the break. Halftime, straight ahead. Stay with us. TBT rolls on from Wichita. The AfterShocks on top of HeartFIRE, 33-30 at halftime here at Koch Arena. The first game tonight here in Wichita was one for the ages. We are D3, sort of the tournament darlings, trying to hold off and win a game. They led by 29, by 20 going to the Elam ending. But Vail Harder made a comeback for the ages and nearly pulled it out of the fire. But it went to D3. Here's how it ended. The AfterShocks on top of HeartFIRE, 33-30 at halftime here at Coke Arena. The first game tonight here in Wichita was one for the ages. We are D3, sort of the tournament darlings, trying to hold off and win a game. They led by 29, by 20 going to the Elam ending. But Fail Harder made a comeback for the ages and nearly pulled it out of the fire. But it went to D3. Here's how it ended.
Possession.
Underwood, a bucket, wins it for D3 now. He carries it up, it's blocked, follows, yes! They did it! D3 stares at death, and they survive. halftime stats are brought to you by Purple. Purple, less pain, better sleep. You look at the halftime numbers, and it sort of reflects the push-me, pull-you first half we saw.
Yeah, a defensive battle, which is, I think, what everybody expected given the matchup. And so far, those 50-50 balls, the loose, long rebounds have all gone the AfterShocks way. And you could say that that's the difference because quite literally it's led to +4 and second chance points. So we'll see what that looks like in the second half. Certainly HeartFIRE is very, very comfortable in situations like this.
We'll be back. Start of the second half after this. Welcome back to Wichita. Second game of our doubleheader, and the winner will play We Are D3. One step closer to $1 million in TBT. The AfterShocks are up by 3. Bob and Nick back with you here in Wichita. And what is ahead for sure is a second half full of pressure and full of intensity between these two teams.
And physicality. It's a war in that first half, and as the stakes rise and the tension rise, inching closer to that Elam ending, you think all of those things will get ratcheted up another level. The thing that'll be interesting for me with AfterShocks, what do you do with your rotation? Once again, I thought your bench was terrific. 14-7 bench points in favor of AfterShocks. What does Zach Bush want to do with his lineup? It's going to be interesting to watch.
And for HeartFIRE, is there someone who is going to step up with a reasonably hot hand?
Couldn't agree more. We were talking at the break that you got a lot of options if you're HeartFIRE. Is one guy going to emerge and make it obvious that, hey, I want the ball, give it to me, I'll make things happen?
AfterShocks with it to start the third quarter. Connor Frankamp, baseline. Little pocket pass is problematic for Kelly, but he gets out of there. Shot clock at 10. Kelly gets rid of it. McDuffie going baseline. Powers in.
Man.
Slipping and sliding. Got bailed out with 3.6 in the foul call.
Great poise to not panic multiple times. Kelly, I thought, could have turned and heaved one up, but the understanding of the shot clock, that you had time, even for McDuffie when he got it, to not heave up a bad shot. Now he's at the free throw line.
9 years ago, when Marcus McDuffie showed up on campus, that was the MVC Freshman of the Year. How time flies.
And the beauty of the TBT is when you graduate, you'd give anything to put that jersey back on and experience playing. And this provides a version of that. He's got the AfterShocks across his chest. He's in front of the hometown fans that cheered him on when he played here in college. Just so cool.
35-30. Eric Washington at the point, on the double. Griffin loads up and misses the three.
Great ball pressure from Keene, that whole possession.
Driving and gets an easy layup, tip good. Great job by Kelly.
Slowly but surely, the AfterShocks are flexing their muscles in the offensive glass.
Blocking foul on Marcus Keene.
It's the 9th offensive rebound, just too easy. A rim run for Rashard Kelly. No one puts a body on him. HeartFIRE, they're too big and too physical to allow this to happen.
Into the post. Odiasi tied up. Jump ball, the arrow to HeartFIRE.
Telling you, Santos Silva, one-on-one in the post, is really good defensively. He took on P.J. Burns, won that battle. Took on Jawan Roberts from Houston, won that battle.
HeartFIRE down 7. Shot clock at 7. Griffin again at the top. Time running out. Gives it up to Hall. Marcus misses. And the loose ball tipped in by Tevin Mack. Boy, HeartFIRE was some kind of lucky on that bounce.
The big body's clearing out some space.
Keene whips it across. And we've got a kick ball. Shot clock at 20.
Yeah, I think when Frankamp's in the game, you got to use his movement because he's such a good shooter. He's going to attract attention. I thought he did a good job of that in the first half.
Keene. Cross to Frankamp. McDuffie out of the corner. Air ball.
Frankamp could have maybe rose up and taken one.
Hasn't shot the ball very often in this tournament. 3 on the wing by Tevin Mack.
Some of these kick-ahead threes have really yielded good results for HeartFIRE.
Frankamp has only taken 13 shots in 4 games of TBT.
He's a shooter.
And we're used to his heroics. On the dunk, Kelly.
Great big-to-big passing. You put 2 on the ball on the pick and roll, you're playing with an advantage out of it.
39-35 AfterShocks. Trying to win and stay at home. Mack. No. Frankamp the rebound.
Like Mack was trying to draw a foul.
If the AfterShocks win, they will host D3 here in this building Thursday night. Corner for McDuffie. Loose ball picked up by HeartFIRE. Mack. Grant Camp for steal. Cross court to Keene. An honorary shocker. 42-35. Griffin thought about it, now drives and caught it on the rim. Keene again. McDuffie. This place is exploding. Timeout, HeartFIRE.
How about the AfterShocks? Great passing, big to big. Rashard Kelly rocking the rim, and a big-time skip pass. And Marcus Keene sure knows what to do with it. Timeout, HeartFIRE.
Is our score. And one of the reasons the AfterShocks have been such a dominant force in TBT is this crowd. These fans are unbelievable. All time in this building, the AfterShocks are 16-3. And HeartFIRE is getting a taste of what the old Roundhouse is all about.
It is starting to rock in the old Roundhouse.
3 of the top 4 all-time attendance marks have been set in this building. And until Louisville last 4, Wichita held the record. They've changed one of those corner threes. I think McDuffie's to a 2.
Correct.
So they've got to change the score to 43-35, I believe. Washington up and off.
Man, that's a quick shot from Washington.
Coming out of a timeout.
Yeah, that could not have been what LaFonso Ellis wanted.
Keene.
Boy.
Kennedy.
Keene's missed 2 just point-blank layups.
Washington had a layup. Goes to the corner 3 and missed it. Loose ball. Going to be picked up by HeartFIRE. Hall whips it across. Washington in the corner. Hall fakes the 3. Corner. No good by Sword. And HeartFIRE is reeling. 44-35 AfterShocks. .420 left in the quarter. Keene last to touch. Alfonso Ellis is going to get Jordan Stevens back in the game.
See, and this is where the AfterShocks are difficult because they go to their bench with fresh bodies that have been productive. So they're able to just throw waves at you, but HeartFIRE needs to execute something offensively here.
So Washington sits. Stevens takes over at the point. And Marcus Hall drives on Grant Camp for the lay-in.
I don't think that's a matchup that the AfterShocks like a whole lot, and HeartFIRE does. Hall attacking Grant Camp off the bounce. I'd come back to that if I'm LaFonso Ellis.
Kelly, 10 on the shot clock. Moves in, goes to the fade, gets fouled. Both players hit the deck. 2 throws coming for Rashard Kelly. Timeout. 3:42 left in the third. AfterShocks by 7. TBT, the basketball tournament, is powered by Puma and AARP. Join AARP and get instant access to member benefits. since the moment it was announced, everyone has had August 30th circled. The Arch Manning era kicks off with a playoff rematch for the ages as Texas takes on defending national champion Ohio State on Big Noon Saturday. What a way to get the season rolling. August 30th, only on Fox. Bob Rathman, Nick Bob back with you in Wichita. 44-37, the AfterShocks on top. And the look of concern on the face of head coach Zach Bush of the AfterShocks.
I think he understands the opportunity ahead of them here. They're playing well. It feels like the AfterShocks should be up by more than 7. But certainly the opportunity to host the rest of the tournament if they were to win is just an unbelievable opportunity. And that's what's in front of them.
Kelly hits the first of 2. You look at that HeartFIRE offense, and the one thing that stands out to me, Nick, is 4 of 19 3-point shooting, 21%.
Basketball certainly can be complicated, but sometimes it's pretty simple. You got to knock down your open 3-point shooting opportunities, and while neither team has shot it great, HeartFIRE has really struggled. I just think, in general, the half-court offense for HeartFIRE has not found a lot of rhythm.
Pull up and knocking it down. Marcus Hall right on cue.
Back-to-back buckets for Hall. I think he's the guy that needs to put his foot on the gas.
McDuffie saves. Sabandeh. Is that going to be a hell ball? It is. And the arrow gets it to the AfterShocks.
Great job by Stevens being in that help gap, loaded up early.
That's what Stevens has done.
Me too. I think Stevens has played well. And certainly DJ Kennedy's been quiet so far here tonight.
Layden Hammonds. 10 on the shot clock here. Sabandeh. Against Stevens, gets a screen, step back for 3 is good. Well, he is so improved from his college days, and he had a heck of a run of tips.
Yes, he is.
49-39.
The real player right there. He is smooth and explosive.
Stevens, he missed the 3. HeartFIRE down 10 as we come to the end of the third. 2:40 left in the period. McDuffie. Shoots 2. Craig Sword complaining that McDuffie pushed off to get that shot, but the call goes against the veteran guard.
At the line for
AfterShocks piling up the foul shots,
yes,
too.
I was going to say the same thing. HeartFIRE's not had a lot of discipline on jump shots defensively. They've bailed out Ellie or McDuffie a couple of times. Fonzo Ellis, pretty cool and calm over there, as he usually is.
Well, the one thing, as opposed to the college game, these guys are pros. They're not going to panic.
No.
You know, you get down 12 in a college game, and all of a sudden everybody starts looking around.
Right.
Pros, that really affect them to where they're not going to try to execute and work the game plan.
Totally agree. It's a great point, Bob. It's not like Fonzo Ellis has to push any emotional buttons over there or anything like that. These guys have been there, done that, across the board in white jerseys. They're not going to panic. They know what they need to do.
Stop and pop in the corner. Rebound along to Odiasi. Now Stevens has daylight, but missed the shot. Kennedy the rebound. DJ just powers his way to the basket.
Big play from a very accomplished 5-time champ of the TBT, DJ Kennedy.
2-minute mark, third quarter. 10-point game. Good one. And that's going to be an offensive foul on McDuffie. No basket.
Tough one. Goodwin needed to set his feet just a little bit earlier.
I said McDuffie, I meant Goodwin. 1:50 left. Good job by Sword.
Agreed.
Stevens Not confident in that shot to the outside, so drives it and scores.
Good ball handling. Savande was sitting on that crossover and still got by him.
Working it, Woodard. Oh, nice move.
Man. Strong from James Woodard.
53-43 AfterShocks. Hall. Down the middle. Puts it in. Marcus Hall. HeartFIRE making a couple of tough shots here at the end of the period. Cross court. Hammonds. Yes!
Well, the three ball has come alive in this third quarter for the AfterShocks.
Hall plays it back. Kennedy. Odiasi lost it on the spin move, but he was fouled. 14 fouls on the AfterShocks.
8 made threes for the AfterShocks. Great skip pass, and Hammonds, he didn't dip it down at all. He was able to catch it, go right up with it. Hammonds can knock down the three.
12-point advantage at the three-point line for the AfterShocks. They're up 11 in the game. Pass deflected. Savande. Nope, overshot it, but he got fouled.
Who they got, I don't know if it was foul on Savande or Goodwin getting shoved to the ground.
It can get a little crazy.
Yes, it can. I think it was on the rebound. Goodwin got shoved pretty good. So watch trailing the play here as Odiasi's going to shove Goodwin down.
On the street, they get you 5 to 10.
Odiasi will take a seat.
Shot clock at 16. And a travel.
That's it. Goodwin got baited into that. I mean, there's got to be better ball movement. An isolation drive is not his game. It's a good job by Putney to just crowd the ball and force him to be a driver.
Delay game warning on the AfterShocks. 56-45. Shot clock off. We've come to the end of the third period.
That's like a big possession for momentum if HeartFIRE can score.
Yes. It's going to be Stevens. Step back three. Nope. AfterShocks 2-1 steal. Kennedy, was he fouled before time expired? Kennedy picked up the loose ball and was trying to get the shot away. The whistle blew. And they're trying to get the teams to their respective benches here. Did the foul occur before the expiration of time? If it stands, it's free throws because that will be the 5th team foul on the AfterShocks in the quarter.
Brings it on contact.
I think so.
I think he did too. I thought in real time it looked like he got it off.
Yeah, there's the foul with like 0.2.
Yeah.
It looks to us.
The official blow the whistle. Boy, that is so close.
Now the officials are huddling. It's the body of Hammonds.
Do you have the foul prior to 0? Yeah, that's what it had. Okay. Go 0.2. Let's go line them up.
I think it's the right call. But a big big one. Now DJ Kennedy can potentially knock down 2 free throws.
And they need to bring the players back out onto the floor.
Yes.
This isn't a technical.
There's still time on the clock.
Yep.
You said it was before he got to the ball. No. The foul was before he got to the ball.
And there's not enough time for a shot, but there is time for a tip-in.
Correct.
So DJ Kennedy, 2 very big free throws. And this feel like it's got Elam ending implications.
I totally agree.
Get this thing to 9 if successful. Missed it, tip no, and that will be the 3rd quarter. Oh, you know what's coming.
Yes, you do.
It's the Elam ending. When we throw caution to the wind. 56-46 AfterShocks.
It's time for the TBT Wichita Dance Cam. Everyone on your feet, show us your best moves.
The start of the 4th quarter. And the Elam ending is right around the corner. 56-46, the AfterShocks. If they win, they stay home for the semifinals against We Are D3. But Lafonso Ellis and HeartFIRE is going to have something to say about that. Nick, what about that 3-point shooting, though?
Pretty self-explanatory. 1 for 10 from HeartFIRE. A lot of good, clean looks. Just been ice cold, and the AfterShocks have been pretty darn good, and it's been a handful of different guys that have knocked down the 3 ball.
Raphael Putnam takes it, drives it, gets fouled.
Another area we talked about is the free throw discrepancy. Only 6 total free throws attempted for the game for HeartFIRE, 12 for the AfterShocks, including 6 for 6 from the free throw line in the 3rd quarter. So it's a good sign to see Putney go get fouled and get to the line if you're HeartFIRE.
35 years old. Raphael Putney has played in 16 different countries as a professional. Just got dapped up by Craig Sword. They were teammates over almost a decade ago for the Erie Bayhawks.
Yeah.
56-47. What big-time screen by Santos Silva. Corner three is no good. And rebound control by HeartFIRE.
Good look, though, from three.
And
great pass.
Stevens. Oh, smothered! What a block by Santos Silva. And man, is everybody okay? DJ Kennedy took some punishment.
Talk about an amazing pass, but good effort from Santos Silva to erase it.
.8:30 left on the game clock with play to the 4-minute mark. Stevens missed the shot, but we've got a foul underneath. And I think this is on the AfterShocks.
That's a Band-Aid.
Yes, for a hold. A sumo match has less contact.
I don't understand how that's a foul on
HeartFIRE with the basketball. Hall outside. Here's the three-point shot, and finally Jordan Stevens gets one to go.
He's been hunting those threes. Finally knocks one down. Finally got a good rhythm one.
But LaFonso is riding Stevens.
Agree.
Marcus Keene at mid-floor. Hits a big three. 59-50. And we've got it going the other way, and a foul on Stevens. A grab of the shoulder at midcourt. This is the time of the program where things get a little nuts.
Yes, they do. One more time, take a look at it. Not sure if it was Putney that they got on the illegal screen. Looked like he was set, but some contact.
It is Putney. Keene. How to get free.
That's all Santos Silva. Opening the door, and Keene going through it.
61-50. And another foul. One thing this is doing, that's 3 team fouls now on the AfterShocks.
You're exactly right. And the bonus makes a huge difference, in particular in that Elam ending. Good talk there. Say, I want to save you for a couple minutes coming back for the Elam ending. So Sabande is going to close this game out, but going to get a break. Great audio.
HeartFIRE back to Washington at the point.
He's been out for a while. Washington back in now.
Putnam. Air ball, but rebounded by DJ Kennedy.
Air balls are the hardest shots to rebound defensively because they typically land in a place that you're not expecting. Feels like Keene is starting to hunt on another off-ball. This is getting... A lot of this has involved Putney.
And these aren't just grabbing the jersey. These are body shots.
Yes.
Keene.
Man. Again, you gotta live with those shots, I suppose.
Kennedy.
Big time. That could have been an and one.
No foul call.
Kennedy has started to put his fingerprints on this game.
No, you called it, Nick. You were waiting for him to explode.
Yes.
He has. Kelly. That's going to be an offensive foul. We're going to have to count up the floor burns when this one's over.
4 team fouls now for the AfterShocks. And this is a charge. Rashard Kelly's out of control. Eric Washington is absolutely set. The help defense being where it needs to be for HeartFIRE. It feels like the AfterShocks have lost a little bit of their poise here, and the fourth quarter's gotten disjointed with all the whistles.
Washington being chased by the big fella. Runs out of the double. Kennedy back to work in the paint. 10 on the shot clock for Eric Washington. Shovels to Sword. Back to Washington. Fakes again. Sword for three. It's out of bounds to the AfterShocks.
Good block out from the AfterShocks.
Seven-point game. 2 minutes away from the Elam ending. And a foul.
That was close to being a jump ball.
AfterShocks would have gotten it. But the foul is the call. See what I mean? Their body blows.
Yes.
Just a lot of banging. Keene flips it in. No basket. No continuation. The foul came up front and will be charged to Tevin Mack.
Now 8 fouls in just a handful of minutes here, both ways.
Before the shooting motion.
I think that's probably the right call.
A minute 45.
Wow.
Nice pass and a foul. Marcus Keene on the out of bounds with a perfect pass to set up Woodard.
And this is such a good design. Usually when you set a back pick, you're going to come out to the three-point line, but Woodard back cuts instead. Set it up perfect, and look at Zach Bush in the far corner. Loving the dry erase board, drawing it up. That is really good execution in a big spot.
AfterShocks can stretch this to 10. A minute 44 away from the Elam ending. And when we say anything can happen in the Elam ending, it is not hyperbole.
No, it is not.
After what we saw a couple of hours ago. Big possession here for HeartFIRE. They've got to be thinking about getting this thing down to 6 or 7 before we get to the Elam ending. As they're fighting the AfterShocks and this crowd. Kennedy out of bounds. Last touch by Keene. 10 on the shot clock.
There'll be some man-sized screens in this sequence here. You got to talk and fight.
Griffin. And a foul. This is going to be charged to HeartFIRE's Eric Griffin. Offensive foul.
That's a great job by Santos Silva to run Griffin off the three-point line and trusting that the help defense will rotate. And Rashard Kelly, definitely set, takes the charge. It's been HeartFIRE that has put on a clinic with taking charges, and finally AfterShocks in the right spot.
5:05 to go on the game clock. Corner three. Griffin brings it ahead, and he gets whacked.
Silly foul.
57 seconds before the Elam ending. And the way this is going to be a parade to the foul line.
Yeah.
Even in the Elam ending.
Agreed. Both teams into the bonus.
This is 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Look at Coach LaFonso Ellis.
Eric Griffin drops in the free throw to cut it to 9. LaFonso's been in many a playoff battle in his career.
Yes, he has.
And he knows what it's like to be the underdog and win. He was on that Denver team, an 8 seed that knocked off the number 1 seed Seattle. Second shot, no good. Tipped out by Mack rather, and the ball belongs to the AfterShocks.
So whether it's the coach, LaFonso Ellis, or the players, you've got a lot of professional basketball experience that needs to loom large with this deficit and this crowd for HeartFIRE.
Kelly. shot.
Kelly was bringing the ball up the floor there.
Woodard drops it in. Great shot.
He has played really, really well.
AfterShocks by 11. And Santos Silva with another AfterShocks foul. That's going to be his second.
James Woodard. Again, 1,800 points in college. This is a guy that hit 10 threes in a game against SMU. This is a highly accomplished score.
With a chance for HeartFIRE to add points with the game clock stopped. That still applies until we get to the Elam ending.
Yeah, you just got to have better discipline if you're Santos Silva on the hedges or guarding the ball 50 feet from the hoop.
HeartFIRE will more than likely get it back before the Elam ending. Marcus Hall defending Woodard. He'll take another. This one hits and goes out of bounds, and now HeartFIRE gets the ball back 19 seconds before the Elam ending, and a chance, if they can make a three, to cut it to 6.
Huge possession for the complexion of the Elam ending.
Washington directs traffic. 10 on the shot clock. Washington missed the three. Shockers. Oh, they steal it. Mack hits the three, and that cuts it to 6. Timeout AfterShocks.
Huge.
In the immortal words of Rudy Tomjanovich, never underestimate the heart of a champion. These guys are pros. The target score is set at 74. Back for the craziness in a minute.
We have now crossed over into the Elam ending. The target score is 74. The first team to 74 wins.
The Elam ending is upon us. We've turned off the game clock, added 8 points to the team ahead. That's AfterShocks. So the target score is set at 74, and the first team to hit that number wins. This may go down. If HeartFIRE wins this game, Nick, this may be the play of the game, what DJ Kennedy did.
Yeah, sure looks like James Woodard has the rebound. They're going to call timeout to trigger the Elam ending. Instead, DJ Kennedy pokes it free. It ends in Tevin Mack's hands, who buries a triple. That is an enormous sequence that gets us to this point. I think the free throw line could end up looming really large in this Elam ending. Both teams in the bonus.
And a layup for the aftershock. Santos Silva is not finished.
Gamble and go for a steal. You go for a pick six, you better get it. You miss it, and Santos Silva gets a layup.
Washington gets it right back. HeartFIRE is still 12 away. AfterShocks 6 away.
This is a team that won the TBT just a couple of years ago. You got multiple-time champs on the floor for HeartFIRE. They are going to be comfortable under pressure.
Keen, deep three. Rebound, Kennedy. Boy, shot selection is so crucial now.
Mismatch. Keen is on DJ Kennedy. Oh, they got it switched out. Kelly switched, didn't take advantage of it.
Washington got away with a carry and puts it in to give HeartFIRE 64 points.
Washington.
Definitely got away with a carry. And now Washington's made a couple of good plays in ball screens.
He's all over Marcus Keene. That was nearly a backcourt violation. Keene will drive and score. Turn that corner, nobody home.
4 points away.
4 points away for the aftershock.
Well, you're so worried about his shooting that you crowd him and he gets by you.
Griffin. Sabandi back in.
Poise. Good decision.
A bucket here really turns the heat up. Marcus Keene, no shot, gives it up. Sabandi rolled it off the rim. Tip no. Out it comes. And a leak out for Devin Mack. And that's an unbelievable block. Oh my goodness. What a block shot by Wood. They're going to check it for a goaltend. Did it hit the glass first?
That's
what you talk about, getting down the floor, getting up in the air. Oh my goodness.
Does it hit the backboard first?
It does.
Yes.
That's a goaltend.
That is a goaltend. You still can't fault the effort.
I know you are.
Wow. Like he was dropped out of the ceiling.
He was flying.
I want to go, but you're going to have to go 5.
We're going twist again.
We good. Score!
Score the man.
Bob,
Let's go.
Their third or the fourth time HeartFIRE's just gotten an easy cherry-pick run-out layup. AfterShocks they've not rotated on defensive balance well a couple of times, and those kind of mistakes can end up costing you.
HeartFIRE 8 away. AfterShocks 4 away. Full court pressure by HeartFIRE. Now they back it off. Nike Sabandi brings it ahead for the AfterShocks. Kennedy went for the steal. Did it go off? And AfterShock, they are calling for a video review. And we're in that window where Alfonso Ellis can call for one, and they're going to take a look. DJ Kennedy was convinced.
Yes, he was.
That he tapped it off an AfterShock player. A lot of congestion right in front of the bench.
Let him play through.
Meanwhile, Gogelis draws up the next play. They still.
I want to go open. Then let DJ come and get him.
I don't think you need to look. It's not. Yeah. Coming black ball coming up. Look.
AfterShocks ball.
I'll take it down low.
All right, Zach Bush has had an opportunity to draw up a set. Had options with Keene, Woodard, or Sabande, they've all been pretty good coming off screens. The hedge man for HeartFIRE's got to be in a stance, ready to fight the dribble. This is a tough place to get the ball inbounded.
Shot clock at 10. Marcus Keene, Washington screen. Keene moves in. Pass underneath and a beauty. Lay-in for Woodard. 2 points away.
What a pass from Marcus Keene.
HeartFIRE has to play almost perfect basketball now. Washington gets bumped, and the ball is kicked into the stand.
I would have called that booted into the stand. Keene, he shoots these kind of shots, so all eyes are on him. The late delivery to Woodard, big time.
Entry pass. Mack. Washington can't hit the deep three. Rebound. AfterShocks, and they can win it this time down the floor. Marcus Keene pulls a three. Out of bounds to HeartFIRE.
Keene smelling blood, going for the kill. That's a tough shot.
A drive and a score by Marcus Hall.
Beautiful play from Marcus Hall, using that ball screen, hitting the seam.
HeartFIRE 2 threes away. AfterShocks 1 bucket away.
The switch.
Sabande, that's blocked. Got it back. Follow. Goal! It's over. The AfterShocks are moving on to the semifinals. It's going to be the AfterShocks, and we are D3 on this floor on Thursday night in the TBT semifinals.
Well, a group that has knocked on the door time and time again has a pretty good opportunity right in front of them, be able to host if they keep winning. And they got the team to match the opportunity. Nike Sabande would not be denied. Follows up his miss. And the Elam ending winner. And AfterShocks marches on to the semifinal. The bench for the AfterShocks, just the depth. Got so many weapons. Really, really impressed with how the AfterShocks perform. Because that's a big-time part of a champion team they just eliminated in HeartFIRE.
Yes, sir. And it looked like HeartFIRE hitting that three right before the Elam ending set up the momentum. But the AfterShocks got a couple of quick hoops early in the Elam ending, and that set the tone.
I thought Marcus Keene really put his fingerprints on the game offensively, in particular in the second half. He was really good attacking the hedge man, scoring. Great late assist to Woodard. He actually put him at the champion.
One step at a time.
Yes, that's right. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Marcus McDuffie with the banner celebration. And this is where we are now, 2 down and 2 to go. The scene shifts to Charleston, West Virginia tomorrow night. Shell Shock in West Virginia, followed by Everline Drive and Sideline Cancer. And then Thursday night, our doubleheader begins at 6 Eastern here. And we'll want to clarify that time for the AfterShocks on Thursday night. But we'll get that word out to you. You'll find out more tomorrow night with the quarterfinals in Charleston. And I believe the AfterShocks are going to play at 8 o'clock. Here local time. We'll find all that out tomorrow.
All they know is they got a game here on Thursday.
They're making their plans for Thursday night.
For sure.
They can play at 2 in the morning, and they'll be here.
No doubt. What a night of TBT action,
man.
my friend.
What a great night.
Yes.
So much fun working with you. And what a tournament. The Elam ending is unbelievable. So much fun. So that'll do it. We are D3 and the AfterShocks win in Wichita tonight. The action continues tomorrow in West Virginia. For our entire crew, Nick Bob Rathman saying so long from Charleston. Good night from Wichita, Kansas.